Every single year, more than 6 million children are being reported for abuse in the United States. That equates to every 5 seconds a child is being abused. Millions of people are being helplessly taken advantage of every single year when they don't have to. There's a lot of things that we can do as individuals and as families to protect ourselves. One of those things is learning self-defense. Over the past 22 years, I've been able to not only learn from some of the best in the world martial arts, and I've also been able to teach thousands of different men, women, and children from all walks of life around the world. And one thing that I found that everybody has in common is that desire to protect those things that we love. Here in the United States, we enjoy our faith, our freedoms, and our families. And those are the three things that I hold most dear to my heart, and those are the things that I want to protect. First of all, I want to talk about some real-life examples of how self-defense has changed people's lives. And then I want to talk about how you can get involved in learning. But first, let's talk about some benefits of self-defense and some real-life examples. The first thing that you're going to learn is that this world isn't about you, it's about everybody. And we need to use our brains first. We learn how to protect ourselves by being smart. We learn these things to potentially save our own lives and the lives of our families and those around us that we love. You learn healthy eating habits, exercise, self-control, self-discipline, being aware of your surroundings, and like I said, most of all is how to protect yourself. Kim Rock is a wonderful example of how martial arts has saved a life. And she is actually the founder of a system called Fight Like a Girl martial arts system. She teaches women from all walks of life from around the entire world of how to get out of abusive situations. She comes from a background many years ago. She was married to a man who was very abusive to her, physically and sexually. And she didn't like that very much. She went out to a local karate school and started taking classes privately. Told her husband that she was just taking baking classes. A little time later, she was able to get out of her situation. She was able to learn what it takes for her to get the self-confidence and self-esteem to get out of that situation. Since then, she's enjoyed a long career, 7-time world champion martial artist, and she was recently inducted into the Martial Arts Hall of Fame, which only a few people get to be inducted into that. The next person I want to talk about is Seth. Seth has changed. I can't even explain how much he's changed since he started taking martial arts about 5 years ago. He was one of my first students in my karate school. He came to me, he was overweight. He always hung his head down, and he was always kind of just sad. I got to learn that he comes from a divorced family. His father was abusive to his mother and to the kids. After about 6 months, Seth came alive. We became friends, and he confided in me a lot. He came up to me one time after class, and he explained to me that his father was still abusive to him. I told him everything would be okay. We contacted the authorities, and it kind of snowballed from there in a good way of helping Seth get out of the situation that he was in with his father. Now he enjoys a good relationship with his father. He knows triggers that set his dad off, and his dad knows how to control himself a whole lot better. Seth is going to be testing for his black belt in 2015, and that is a huge accomplishment for him from where he's come. I couldn't be more proud. A lot of times when we talk to people about learning martial arts or self-defense and trying to get them to take our classes and understand the benefits, a lot of them say, well, That's why I pay my taxes. That's why I have. Uh, that's why I can just call 911. They'll come and protect me. Well, yeah, that works sometimes. In 2013, it was reported that the fastest uh, call time from when the person called to arrival at the scene of the crime was 4 minutes. That's a long time when you are by yourself, or you know, having to protect a family against an intruder in your house or wherever you might be. That's a long time. It only takes 30 to 90 seconds for somebody to do something. Usually when police arrive at the scene of the crime, it is the scene of the crime. It's after the fact. So for me, I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to learn how to defend myself against any intruders or bad guys, like all the kids like to talk about. It's bad guys. So do what it takes to protect yourself. The next thing I want to talk about is you. You need to learn how to protect yourself if you don't know already. There's a lot of different things that you can do. Watching TV isn't one of them. Watching YouTube videos, it's not one of them. There's a lot of things that can teach you how to do certain techniques, but unless you have a trained professional in front of you showing you, demonstrating how to effectively perform certain movements and techniques, unless you do that, then you're not going to have proper training. And when it comes time for you to protect yourself, you might freeze. And the chances are is you're not going to win. In town, you have the YMCAs. We have little karate schools like mine. They're down back alleys. They're old driver's ed classrooms or something like that. Then you have the large franchise schools. Out of all those places that I would recommend you go is probably the smaller guys, because they're more passionate and focused on you. The larger franchise schools, they're awesome for their kids and youth programs. But if you're looking for something for yourself as an adult, I would recommend you go to one of the smaller places, because they can focus more one-on-one with you, and they usually have a lot more experience in specialized areas. The big thing right now is combat martial arts. You might have heard of Krav Maga, Silat, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Aikido. Those are just a few that I personally enjoy and that are very practical for real-life situations. Krav Maga is from Israel, and it's the military martial arts that they teach all of their soldiers. And it's proven in the battlefield and on the streets every single day. It works. It's very intense. You will get thrown. You might get injured, but that's part of learning how to protect yourself. One of the biggest things after you've learned self-defense is dedication and maintenance. It's just like working out at the gym. If you want to get bigger muscles, you have to be dedicated. And to keep those muscles and keep off the fat, you need to maintain. Same thing with the martial arts, or any sport for that matter. If you stop doing it, your body's going to forget. So if somebody comes up to you and swings a knife in front of your face, instead of learning how to, or remembering what you learned in class, you're going to freeze, and they're going to, you might get yourself injured. In conclusion, we have learned that self-defense has many benefits and has helped change the lives of millions of people throughout the world. And it can change yours as well. Although abuse can happen to anyone, it doesn't have to happen to you. I encourage you, if you have abuse in your life, or if you're abusive to others, change. Stop it. Because nobody deserves this. Now, the question is for you. Are you going to be one of those who just listen to this and maybe go look at a YouTube or two, or nothing at all? Or are you going to actually go and maybe take a free trial course at your local school? I challenge you to do it. You won't regret it, I promise. Self-defense will change your life. It will gain immense confidence in yourself and your ability to protect yourselves and others. And I hope that you take the opportunity to do so now that you know a little bit more about self-defense. Thanks.